Okay, I guess we can start now. Thank you once again, everyone, for joining, for giving me your evening. And before we start, a disclaimer that any stock or any company that we will be discussing will not be an investment advice. Uh, you must do your own due diligence before investing. And yeah, any stock discussed by, in fact, anyone, other than me also should not be treated as an advice. So, like you all know, our Pro Setups dashboard can be used in multiple ways, right? There is no one way or one only, not just one setup that you can scan through it. It can be used in multiple ways, whether you want to scan for breakouts or you want to scan for pullbacks, you want to scan for momentum based trades, or you want to scan for beaten down stocks. You can scan different setups using our Pro Setups dashboard, right? Broadly, I believe that the categories of setups that we normally trade can be categorized into breakouts or pullbacks or stocks that are in strong momentum or those stocks that are changing the trend or those which can bounce from the support level. So these are the basic broad 5 categories of setups that you can scan through our procedure dashboard and something that we trade also. Now, we cannot cover all the setups here today in one meeting. We will divide our meetings in different ways so that we cover all of these setups. And within these setups also there are different kinds, so we can have multiple meetings to cover those setups. But today what we are going to do is we will be uh, considering only breakouts for our scanning purposes, and we'll see how we can scan for setups that are nearing their breakout levels. So even for breakout levels, the breakout can be divided into different categories. We have low cheat, where the price is currently at the bottom of the cup. Then we have stocks which are somewhere in the middle of the cup, and then we have swing high or pivot based breakouts which are at the top third of the base pattern. Yeah. So these are the breakout categories. It's just not breakouts. We can divide breakouts into these categories. When we talk of low cheat setups, we look for stocks that are at the bottom end of the cup. The trend is red, the stock is not doing good for a long period of time, and we are seeking entry or considering breakouts when the stock is coming out of stage one. When we are, sorry, so the position of this kind of a setup is lower third of the base. The risk level is high because we do not know whether the stock will actually be a valid breakout or will it be successful. Something like over here, if you can see the mouse, if you can see the pointer here, it might have been a breakout from this level, but the stock faded again. The potential reward is high because you enter the very low level, and if the breakout turns out to be successful, the stock goes into stage two. It will be highly rewarding. You will be holding the stock for a very long period, and it is ideal for long-term investors who believe in the fundamentals of the company. They know the story, they know the promoters, they have done their due diligence, and now they believe the valuation is attractive, and now they are putting their money when the stock is actually entering stage two from stage one. So these are low cheat setups. The cheat setups will be somewhere in the middle third of the base pattern, somewhere in the middle of the cup. The risk level will be medium because there will be some kind of confirmation that the trend has changed. Trend has changed from a downward trend to upwards. The reward will also be good. The time in trade will be medium. It will be less than if you were holding from here, and it is ideal for again long term as well as medium term investors, position traders who believe in fundamentals of the company, even good for swing traders who want to seek balance. I mean, those who do not want to be buying at the maximum valuation level, or not just buying, or want to have these kind of setup also in their arsenal. Then we have swing high or pivot based setups where the trend is already strong. We are at the near the top of the level or highest point of the base. The risk will be low because of the clear confirmation of the trend. The reward will also be It will be standard, not as much as if you had invested here, but you can keep churning your portfolio with different swings or different positions to stay in only those companies which are having strong uptrend. The time in trade will be shorter compared to the low cheat or the cheat based setups, and it is ideal for again positional and swing traders wanting those who want confirmation of a stronger uptrend. So we can in our Pro Setups dashboard we break down the stocks that are nearing the breakout levels in these three categories: low cheat, and swing high. We have made our Pro Setups in such a way that whatever you scan through Pro Setups dashboard, you see the same on your TradingView charts also. So if you are scanning low cheat setups, your TradingView charts will show you red line as resistance lines on your charts. If you are scanning for cheat based setups, it will be turned orange. If you are scanning for swing high setups, the resistance line will be shown green in color. I hope you all know this, right? We made a concept note also and circulated in our newsletter also sometime back on the same concept. So yeah, so low cheat is shown as a red line, cheat is shown as orange line, and swing high setups are shown as green lines. This is a recent example of Banco Products, which broke out from its swing highs and making a move. Yatharth Hospitals, it showed low cheat over here, cheat, then swing highs at these areas. So what happens is that in our Pro Setups indicator for TradingView, whenever a new low cheat or swing high appears, the previous one is erased so as to not clutter the chart. So if this one appeared over here, the top one, we delete these two lines, resistance lines, the previous two swing highs get deleted. So this was Yatharth Hospitals. You can see the difference clearly, right? The starting of the low cheat, the cheat, and the swing highs. So even if it appears over here now, it will be a swing high setup. This is for Hero MotoCorp. Again, low cheat, and swing highs. So in our dashboard, you can scan the pivot types over here. If you choose this drop down, you will get low cheat, and swing high setups. As of today, around 1300 stocks are neither appearing in low cheat, or swing highs. 93 are appearing in swing highs, 130 in cheat, and 247 stocks are appearing. Are those stocks that are near their low cheat areas. Yeah. So scanning criteria actually depends on the candle placement or where you actually want to find a particular stock. You can use our dashboard to find the stock over here. Using the crossover of fresh IV filters, you can find them here. New rising 50 EMA when the 50 EMA turns from red to green. IV support is here. Again, new rising 50 EMA when the 50 EMA turns from red to green. This is a crossover filter. We also have gray cloud turned blue, RS line before breakout. It all actually depends where you want to find the particular stock. We are discussing at the moment today. We are discussing only stocks that are nearing this green line. That is stocks that are nearing their swing high breakout levels. I actually wanted to focus on the swing high setups. Uh, so made this presentation based only for them. Low cheats and cheats will also not be different. The primary thing will be that in the low cheat setup you must also have a good understanding of the company also, because you will be looking to hold a stock for a very long period of time. So it's better to know the story of the company, about the company, if the strong catalysts which can give something with which you can hold a stock for many months or even more than an year. Yeah. So I'm focusing on swing high breakouts setups today. I have three examples to show you: Usha Martin, Banco India, and Yatharth. So this was shared by me in the group also, so it becomes easier to go back and see what happened on those days. So Usha Martin made a base here. It started appearing in our swing high setups over here. It had a IV day multiple times, over here. It went up, took support from IV, reclaimed the 50 EMA with the wedge pop. At the moment, we do not have a wedge pop filter, but we can definitely put it in our dashboard soon. Banco Products, again the same thing. It it appeared during these days in our swing high filter. It gave a breakout. It was near its IV day high, and the RS was strong. Yatharth Hospital, this was also shared by me. In fact, we discussed this also. It had very low valuation when it was appearing in our low cheat setup. We have a peer comparison in which you can see whether the stock compared to its peer is relatively cheaper or not. So you have its low cheat here, cheat setup, swing high setups multiple times. So there can be different filters that can be used in addition to the swing high filter, right? You have filter for rising 50 EMA. It will tell you whether the stock is in medium term uptrend, providing confirmation that the setups being scanned are aligned with bullish momentum. Then you can use filters like proximity to 50 EMA or tight range using mini coil inside bars, 3-day and 15-day high low range. There are volume filters also, like you can put a volume filter for up down volume ratio and keep a minimum of 1 or 1.2. Many swing traders and position traders, when they are scanning for a stock, they want to see that the up down volume ratio is at least 1 or 1.2 before the breakout actually happens. Once the breakout happens, the up down volume ratio will rise significantly. But within a base, if up down volume ratio is more than 1, it signifies that buyers have an upper hand. Uh, Distance from IV day high, it can be breakout from a previous IV day highs can be fast. Like I just showed you in Banco India and Usha Martin, we just broke out this week. This was the IV day high. The two dotted lines that you see, a breakout from these levels turned out to be very good for both of these stocks. In Usha Martin also there was an IV day, there was a TTM squeeze. So all these volatility based setups and volume based setups, give a good made a strong footing for good breakout. Then we have filters for RS and RS line breakout. You can check weekly, monthly, quarterly, 6-month RS stocks that are doing very well when the market is not performing through RS line breakout. These days, the current week, the market has done exceptionally well. So looking at RS line breakout at this time might not be of good use. But if you had used the RS line breakout other than this week, in the last previous 2 weeks, it would have given you very good names. Just like Usha Martin and Banco India. They both had, RS line breakouts at the time when the market was not doing good. Then you can further shorten the list using the financial filters. Stocks like that are showing easy earnings comparisons. Easy earning comparison is something when the company is expected to give a blockbuster quarter earnings in the coming quarter. Code 33, earning acceleration, incremental ROC and ROE. I mean, all these fundamental filters will make sure that you are adding fundamental funda to your technical. So, having a techno funda approach. Okay. So, I will just show you this on the dashboard also. But what I've done is that at the moment, like I showed you, there are 93 stocks that are appearing in swing high setups. I will share the screen. I will share the dashboard now. So there are some questions that I missed in the chat. A request, if you have any question, instead of chat box, maybe you can directly ask me here. You can stop me and ask me here. I normally do not have this habit of going to the chat box and ask. R. Shamad asked how to set these settings. These settings, I will be sharing the filters, sharing this particular filter with you, and we'll show you in the dashboard now how to set these settings. Can we get the same annotation on a stock chart in TradingView to see the behavior? There are certain annotation that you already get. Which annotation are you asking for, Shakti?
Hi, Puneet. Shakti here. See,
Yeah.
annotations in the sense the texts that you have mentioned on the stock chart, right? Like
Okay.
IV day, cheat, and then wedge pop. So those kind of texts. Is it possible to get that on the chart itself so that it's visually it becomes quick to understand the behavior of the chart,
Yeah. So
especially for beginners or somebody who is looking at the
I
chart
get it.
have to have a quick glance on the
No,
behavior.
I understand you're right. So what we have done is that in the indicator you can uh, see inside bar. So certain candlestick filters are printed in the text form also, but other than that, like low cheat, cheat, and swing highs are drawn in the form of these lines. IV lines are drawn like this, the dotted lines that you see here.
Mm-hmm.
Like this is also an IV. Again, this was an IV. RS is not see. We cannot print it because we calculate it externally in the dashboard.
Mm-hmm.
So RS cannot be calculated on trading view. You cannot calculate RS because there is a limitation of only 40 stocks that you can compare the stock that you are looking at. Right? We compare a particular stock with the entire universe that we have in the dashboard. So over 1700 names. Okay,
Okay.
right. But earlier there was a feature wherein TradingView allowed external elements also to be printed in the TradingView charts, right? Something
Mm-hmm.
like those upper circuit and lower circuit filters that you have currently. There are some indicators which you can use to see what is the upper circuit limit or lower circuit limit, right? You are aware of it, right?
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
So
See, because
only
these things are very helpful, like you have
yes,
mentioned,
I
right?
understand.
Reclaimed 50 MA with a wedge pop, a fall from 50 MA on low volume took support on previous IV, consolidation broken with an IV. I mean, I understand for an experienced investor, these are quick for them to just glance at it and understand. But for beginners, it becomes very, good cues to just understand how the stock is behaving over the past periods.
If we print everything on the chart, it will clutter it, right? What we can do is maybe something like reclaiming, or maybe we can create a library of these charts and put it in our database or somewhere in the dashboard that you can see. Will that be helpful?
Yeah, that should also be helpful. Not an issue. I understand. I mean, we can go to certain extent on the
No,
chart itself. There are limitations, but
I actually really want the RS to appear in the charts. But TradingView has currently disabled. At least RS should be
Mhm.
there so that we can see whether
Yeah.
RS is strong right now or not. So I really want RS thing to come.
Uh, is it possible to actually add something to highlight the pocket pivot volume? Like sometimes it is very difficult to look at
So
the.
we have dedicated color. So blue color, all those blue color lines, blue color volume candles that you see are pocket pivot volumes.
Yes, yes.
So what more should we do for pocket pivots then?
Yeah, for example, like you have this chart, but when you load all the three indicators, the
Mhm.
space for the volume becomes much lesser. Like and these candles are like really small and sometimes. So okay, yeah, anyway, maybe I will have to look at my chart settings.
Okay. No, no, maybe I will just come to the trading view chart and will show you how to drag the volume indicator, how to do the settings, right? Because if you put all the three indicators, so I do not put the financials on charts indicator because I normally, put only the notes section of the financials on charts, and that I club with the volume one, right? I also, keep only two panels in the chart, one for the volume along with the financials, and one the price chart, the main chart.
Oh,
Right. So you're right. The adding three different panels will three different indicators make the screen shorter, the entire visible area short. So, but yeah, I will tell you how to adjust those settings.
sure.
Okay. Can you see the dashboard now?
Yes. Yes.
Yeah.
So you just have to click on. So right now we have 1700 over 1700 stocks in the dashboard. What you have to do is go to pivot type and click on swing high pivot setups only. This reduces the list to 93 stocks. So these 93 names are currently near those swing high breakout levels. To this, I do not personally, I do not take a stock or consider a stock if the 50 MA is not rising, if the 50 MA is not green in color on our trading view chart. So I use this filter. Currently, all the stocks which are near their swing high levels, they have their 50 MA as green. So the list remains to 93, but still to make sure that I'm not choosing any stock which does not have rising 50 MA, I use this filter. Then what you can do is you can to make sure that we are not looking at quite extended setups, we can reduce the list by putting a filter such that the current price is not 10% away from the 50 EMA. This you can, sorry, go here, put this number over here. So it will show us stocks that are 0.66% to 10%, max 10% away from the 50 EMA. The list gets reduced to around 77 stocks. You can either see these charts, right, or you can further reduce the list by using metrics like RS. I prefer to use only the quarterly RS, and you can keep it more than 60. That will be good enough. So you can put a number here, 60. This reduces the list to 73 names. Now, how to identify stocks that are near their IV day high? We have a filter for this, away from IV day high percentage. So let's say we want a stock to be, either below the IV day high or not very far away from it. So we put -3 here and 3% here. So it will show us stocks which are between -3 to 3% of the IV day high level. The list gets reduced to 35 names, right? You can, further reduce the list using different filters or removing a filter if you don't want to use the IV day high. It's not necessary that all stocks, which will give a good breakout will be near their IV day high, but the probability increases. There will still be stocks like I just showed you, Yatharth Hospital. It was not near its IV day high, when it gave you that breakout. But the other two stocks that I showed you, Banco and Usha Martin, they were still near their everyday high. So depending how you want to use it, you can adjust accordingly. You can either choose not to use this filter, or if you want to use any fundamental filter, you can add. You can further tighten the pricing for the last 3 days or last 3 weeks using these filter. It's already pretty tight right now. It's between 1.4 to 8.3 percentage. You can consider high ADR stocks. Some traders, they don't like to trade anything, any stock which has an ADR of less than 2.5 or 3%. Personally, I do not use that filter. You can put a ratio of 1 or 1.2 in up down volume ratio. A ratio more than 1 indicates that buyers have an upper hand, less than 1 indicates sellers have an upper hand. Since the list is not too long, I prefer looking at all the charts. So we are left with around 24 names. You can download the list, have a look at these charts. I have done this over here. Yeah, so I put 1.2, so that's giving me 24 names, but giving ratio of greater than 1 give us 27 names. The filters are mentioned here also. Yeah, I have marked the filters here also if you want to see it later. Yeah, I'll show you some of the names now. So Motilal Oswal, it's coming out.
Aparnaji, in the dashboard, sorry to interrupt.
No, please,
When
please.
when we are selecting, I don't know whether Lucas Studio allows that. So whatever we are selecting, whether we can have some border or something like that.
Sorry, I didn't get you.
If you go to the dashboard, if you are
I'm-
selecting, say that swing high,
Mhm.
you are selecting. So
Mhm.
whether around that, whether a box or a highlighter can come up so that I know that what are the things have been selected. Because we are talking about 6, 7 things. So I don't know whether it can be done or not. So rising 50, moving average. Once I select that, a border or a highlighter, something can be around that so that I know that it is being selected.
Now, well, this feature is not actually available in the dashboard, so we cannot do it right now.
Sure.
But I can quickly show you again, mark it or annotate it on the screen right now if you want me to do it.
No, that's fine. See, I understood, and anyhow, you are giving the screenshot of that also, and the presentation you are giving, we can always go back and refer. But
Sure.
generally, I am saying that when we are
I got it.
doing a test, because
Mhm.
if you see that as a combination, we can have close to say maybe even 100 different filters we can apply from the dashboard. So once you apply and you select something, then
I
even to
understand.
look back, it is becoming very tedious. So what are the things I have selected? Unless somebody notes down and then selects the filter, it's very difficult to go in a reverse order to find out what are the filters being
I
selected.
understand. I
Yeah.
understand. You can click on view applied filters. Can you see this? View applied
Once.
filters.
Where it is? Okay, okay. View applied filters.
If I
Need
click
to
on it,
one second. Oh, I think with this will be available. I think I vaguely remember. Just a moment. Let me. Yeah. Oh, okay.
sure.
Somebody had already confirmed. Yes, we can see.
Okay. Okay. So yeah, this is one way which you can see all the filters that you have chosen.
Yeah, this helps. This helps. Thanks. Thanks for pointing us towards this. Yes. Thank you.
Okay. Right. Can you please elaborate on IV day high briefly? See, IV, Kalpesh, I'm referring to your question. You have asked to elaborate on the IV day high. See, IV is fresh institutional volume, right? So what we see is that there was a pause, there was no institution coming, and then suddenly an institution comes. So it's a fresh IV. What we are interested in is that if the next day in pocket pivot volume comes, the stock will definitely give a good jump. It will rise. But what we want is that we want to have that particular stock in our watch list, or we want to consider that stock when that IV comes, right? So that's why we have given a different name to that IV, to give different name to that pocket pivot. You can call it a fresh bull snort, you can call it a fresh pocket pivot. We just said that it's a fresh institutional volume that has come, right? And what we have observed is that any stock that goes beyond that IV day high, it's a kind of confirmation that the previous institutional investor who has entered into a stock has still has interest in that stock, or other institutions have also joined him, and there is a rush to buy that particular stock. So that IV day high becomes important. We have written a blog also on it. I will share the link. You can watch that, you can read that blog, and also see different examples on TradingView chart how that IV day high acts as a resistance also. And when a stock goes beyond that and comes down, that particular region acts as support as well. If you looked at the Usha Martin chart, over here there was an IV here, it became a support also, right? This region, right? So IV breakout, we have filters for IV pause move. A stock that makes an IV pauses, and then you can consider the stock for a move, or you can scan for stocks that are giving IV support. Stocks that are doing like this. I do not see the feature which shows the applied filter in the dashboard. So you can click on the three dots over here and click on view applied filters. I'm not sure if you as viewers can have this, but somebody just confirmed that you can see.
It can be also accessed from below, from where the export part is there. Besides the export,
Okay.
besides the export.
Let me check.
No, not here. The
Mhm.
besides the export, there is a tag.
Over here. No, okay, so over
Middle
here.
one. Yes.
Yeah, view applied filters, right.
Okay, okay.
Okay. Yeah, thank you. Okay. So yeah, so we have the list. We were the charts, right? So as you can see, Motilal Oswal is one which is near its IVD high. It has a strong RS of over strong RS of 79 on quarterly. Uh, in my opinion, we should not give much weightage to the weekly RS, or when we are considering breakouts. For momentum stocks, definitely weekly RS will become important. But when we are looking at stocks that are giving a base breakout, we should be looking for at a RS more than at least a month. So 3 month RS is good enough according to me when you are looking for base breakouts. And a strong RS above 60 will will give you good names that have outperformed 60% of the overall market. A stock that has 79 RS means that it has done better than 79% of the other stocks during this 3 months period. It is also very close to its 52-week high. That filter is also available in the dashboard. This is Swaraj Engines, again near its swing high. Again, strong RS. I mean, we have already chosen a RS above 60. Swaraj Engine, if you see, okay, we have used some filters, so maybe it is not appearing here right now. So yeah, Swaraj Engine has a strong RS of 66, and it gave a blockbuster impact of results on price also after the earnings. Its incremental ROC is greater than FY25 ROC. Incremental ROC is also high. It's near its swing high, as you can see here. So yeah, it's again a good stuff that one can consider. It went below its
I
50
have
MA and
a
reclaimed.
question.
Yeah.
So, like quarterly RS means like from today, from last 90 days. This is what quarterly RS.
We calculated using the last 63 bars. So
Last
63.
63 bars.
So
Okay.
if there are 21 trading days in a month, 63 bars will give us 3 months.
Okay. Okay. And just to have a perspective, like we should see like that the monthly RS should be greater than the quarterly RS, or
No, so monthly RS can be weak when we are considering this kind of a setup. If we are looking for momentum based swing trading setups, then the monthly RS should be higher, right? Because the stock must be, in a strong uptrend. Let me just draw it here. So if we are looking at stocks, something which go like this, right, and coming like this, here the weekly RS will be low, monthly RS will be very high. But if a
correct.
stock, goes like this for around, say, 5 to 6 weeks, the RS will also be very low. So 3 month RS will at least make sure the stock is in uptrend, even though the monthly RS is not that high, or weekly RS is also low. Weekly RS will be monthly RS will be high, in these kind of setups, not in these kind of setups.
I I got your perspective.
Yeah. This is KMIS, Krishna Institute of Medical Sciences. Again, healthcare delivery stocks. Healthcare delivery is in, it's a good sector to be in currently. We already had Yatharth. Kolte Patil is also, it's near its IV day high. Within its IV day high, looking for a breakout above this level. Uh, Good RS. MRF again near its swing day high. I have not written RS for all the stocks here, but you can always go to the dashboard and see the RS. VMM again strong RS. This is Innova Thingla, small company. I think around 2,000 crore market cap companies. So yeah, here the line is orange, but it is coming in swing high setup is because it's a recently listed stock, and there is very limited stock price history. So that's why there can be a certain mismatch of swing high or the cheat setups in these kind of stocks. Yes, Dr. Virani.
Yes, hi Puneet bhai.
Yeah. Yes,
Uh,
doctor.
let's say that you are running this scan what you showed. Then
Mhm.
is there and you find the setups? Is there a way we can how would you finally decide that this is the setup which I want to enter on Monday morning?
See, if I get a setup and the risk
What
reward ratio.
happens is a lot of times in a good market you will find 4, 5, 10 setups all looking good to go. So
True.
if you could, right? So that
I
is
will.
one thing if you
Sure.
can. And second is let's say you have identified Usha Martin or any other setup.
Mhm.
Uh, what is your entry point and stop loss criteria allocation? If you can also help us on that.
See, since these are the setups which you can hold for a medium to longer term, I would prefer to at least know the company. I will go back, after finding these setups, I will go back and see if there is any catalyst in the company. How good the company is doing, how a strong company like Usha Martin or Yatharth Hospitals. If I know them, if I've studied about them, I will be more confident in holding them for a medium to long term. These are not swing trading setups which I will get out after 3, 5, 10 days. These are the setups that I can hold for at least weeks to months, if they actually keep doing good. So I would like to first read them, know the catalyst, and then rank them according to those catalysts.
Got it. Got it. Yes.
Yeah. So if Yatharth Hospitals, I actually wrote a good percentage in Yatharth Hospitals, and I shared my logic in the group also. At that time when it was appear in the low cheat setup over here. On this day, I shared it in the group, and I clearly said that its valuation is very cheap. Compared to all other stocks in the healthcare industry, it was appearing very cheap. So I knew about the company. I knew what
Can
it was
you
doing.
show us, Puneet bhai, is there like valuation which you check? Can you show us how to do it on our pro setups that you were peer comparison? If you can just show us quickly.
Sure. So you go to financial insights, check peer comparison. Yeah. So by default, you will see the housing finance companies, right? But you can, let's say I'm going to the hospital sector. You can read about this in this concept note that we have written. So what we have done is we have considered the ROE as well as the growth of these companies for the last couple of quarters. And based on that, combining it with the valuation multiple, we have made this chart. What you have to do is you have to look for the stocks that are at the top right and must have a smaller dot, right? So HCG will not be considered here right now because it's according to this chart, it has an it is expensive compared to all other names. Yatharth and NH are less expensive. Yatharth is still inexpensive. At that time, Yatharth was appearing like this. Now that it has given us a good growth, the price has more than 50-60% up. It has shifted over here, right? But it is still better than other quite other names. Maxell is growing fast. Its sales growth is over 32%, but its ROE is 13.86%. Yatharth, on the other hand, has a ROE of 25%. It is also growing as fast as or as good as Maxell, right? But its valuation multiple will be cheaper than Maxell, maybe because of the scale. So Max has a P multiple of 98. Yatharth has a P multiple of 52. So compared to Max Health, when it is growing at 21% or 24% average, and Max Health is growing at 31%, the valuation multiple of 98 is definitely expensive than the valuation multiple of around 50.
Yes, got it. Got it. Perfect.
Yeah, Puneetji, one question on the screen.
Yeah.
if I have to achieve a filter of like positive ROC, the rightmost parameter on this table, like
Mhm.
yeah, PE, average ROE multiples.
Mhm.
How can I use this filter? Is there a way? Like,
Yeah, there is a way. We have actually given for the average ROE and the weighted average sales growth. Let's say that you don't want to consider a stock that has a ROE of less than 20%, right?
Oh.
So you can enter a number here.
Yeah, that is clear. But if I have to uh, do a like lowest PE to average ROA, because in some cases, like if you have a lot of things, that bubble chart will become like
Yes. So
are
see,
only.
clicking on this will sort the table.
Yeah.
But right now we have not put the filter wherein you can actually choose that this is the number or should not be more than this number. We can consider putting that filter also over here.
Yeah. And the lower this multiple is the better. So,
Yeah, the lower this multiple. So instead of looking at these multiples, the valuation multiples that is stored in the books, uh, it's better if we use these numbers because these numbers consider ROE and growth also into account.
yes.
Yeah. So the lower this number is, better it is. And when you get the lower valuation multiple and the stock is coming near breakouts, that can be good for the stock.
Yes. Okay. Thank you.
Sure.
Puneet, Shakti, is there a possibility to get the industry PE as well? I mean, as a relative comparison, or
So
we just have to go with
I
absolute
no,
comparison?
I actually tried it. I did that. What was happening was that there are some stocks, especially even in housing finance. I think those India Bulls real estate, they had a multiple of 200, 500 at times. That spoiled the entire industry multiple. So that was the reason I had not put it actually.
Okay.
So
Okay.
those
Yeah.
kind of companies actually spoil the entire database.
So
Those
basically, we have to
outliers.
glance through this table and come up with our own observation of the industry PE based on how
So if
the
you
P's are stacked up for the stocks in that particular sector or industry, right?
Right, but let's say that you want to consider passenger vehicles, right? And
Yeah.
if there is an outlier, right? uh, Right over here, we have only what 7 companies. Tata Motors and Hyundai are in losses, so their sales growth is declining. They have a negative sales growth, right? So they are appearing below the line. And okay, we have put a minimum ROE of 20%. So any outlier that comes over here, you can always remove it from the symbol list to make sure that the table is appearing neat and what you want to see. So like Ether, like we know that ROE is negative, minus 180%,
Hmm.
right? We can
Yeah.
always remove this particular company from the symbol list and only look at the remaining companies which we know that can be compared. Ola Electric also I think we should remove. Minus 45%.
Yeah. I think this helps. Like. Yeah.
Now the table is clear. TVS
Hmm.
Motor. Now, see, the size of the dot is important. Here,
Hmm.
the higher the size of the dot means the valuation multiple that the company is getting is high. If it is on the left hand side, it means that the sales growth and the ROE is also not high as other companies. So like TVS has a 3-year average ROE of 28%. Maruti has the same number at 15%. Right? So
Yeah. Yeah.
TVS motor will be, is inexpensive compared to Maruti. If you want to
Right.
scan the entire universe, you can just choose all the sectors and adjust these ROE and sales growth numbers.
Okay.
Punitji, there is any way we can download this page in PDF?
Which one? This one? This page in
Any?
PDF.
This page in PDF.
If you cannot find it, I will check and then we'll get back to you.
Sure, sure.
Okay. I mean, Krishna Diagnostics, again, a stock which is near to its swing high breakout and also appearing in within IBD high. So yeah, so these are the setups that I have that are currently coming in the swing high setups, and that's how you actually scan it. So
Ji, as per you, what should be the 3 month RS bare minimum value? Anything more than 60 is fine? Or
yes,
okay.
60 is good. 60 is good.
Okay, thanks.
So in the next sessions, we can consider stocks that are nearing pullbacks, momentum, or each of these individually.
Yeah, sure.
Okay. So open to questions if you want to ask any on the screener or any other page.
Yeah, maybe the next one you can take is momentum, because as we are all feeling that it is going to go up from here.
Hmm.
So maybe the next session you can cover momentum if it is the most
Yeah, sure.
appropriate one.
Sure. Definitely.
Thank you. Thank you.
Ji, this is Aravind.
Yeah, Arvind.
Today's session is very nice and most useful. And I think it would be better if I can have regular sessions either on a weekly basis or at least in 15 days. It would be more useful, I think, covering each type or each model in this dashboard. It would be more
Definitely.
useful to all of us.
Sure, Arvind, definitely. Definitely. We will have it, either next weekend or, like you said, in every 15 days, we must definitely have these kind of sessions.
Thank you.
Yeah, Puneet, one question on the sector performance tab.
Mhm.
Like if you were to look at the difference between the weekly and the monthly, so what would actually better to consider, like the amount of change that a sector has gained in the RS, or a positive gain plus the higher RS on the weekly?
So, if you like to trade pullback setups,
Yeah.
right, it's better to consider stocks that have, or to consider sectors that have very high RS on monthly and quarterly basis, right?
Okay.
So in a weekly, pullbacks will have very low RS, right? But in a monthly time frame or quarterly time frame, the RS of those strong sectors will be high. Are you getting me? So
Yeah.
right. So if you trade pullbacks, instead of high weekly RS, look for high RS on the quarterly or monthly basis,
Yeah.
right? But if you want to consider sectors which can rise pretty fast from here, in those cases you must see weekly, or sorry, not weekly, weekly RS getting strong when the monthly RS is not that strong. So what you actually would like to see is that, like, this is a monthly RS based heat map, right?
Yeah.
Here the defense is pretty high. Defense has already started giving us a move. It will be very high on the weekly heat map also. But what I want to see is that the sectors that are appearing in these yellow or orange part, whether they can reach this green top left part or not,
Yeah.
right? So can pipes or sugar or logistics or retail or power sector or IT can reach over here? That movement is very important. So that movement we can capture when the monthly RS is not that strong and weekly RS is getting stronger. So
Okay.
I like to take a screenshot of this weekly RS, sorry, monthly RS heat map, and then take a screenshot of the weekly RS heat map also, and then see what is moving. Like for example, if I see this is the weekly heat map, bank PSUs are at the top left, right?
Yeah.
On a monthly RS heat map, bank issues have already reached here,
Yeah.
so they are already green right now. They might have given the breakout, or they might have been in the move for last 5-10 days or not, or so, but had it been here, over here, stocks like that, those sectors is something which I would like to consider, or evaluate whether they are moving or not. How are the setups looking in those sectors? What are the stocks doing in those sectors? So that
Oh,
movement is important. You can do the same thing here also.
Yes. Yeah, actually, I use that one mostly.
Right. So this is the monthly RS we have chosen. We have chosen 1 month here. This is the monthly RS. This is the weekly RS. Here we can see that defense is already strong. Bank PSUs have moved from 64 to 80. Infrastructure stocks 54 to 60. Telecom, one can have a look at telecom names. We can further drill it down to industries, right? If you want to see. So this is telecom services. This is telecom infrastructure. So look, stocks that are here, and these are flexible workspaces of 58 to 70, although smarter. We made theme also on this particular sector.
Yes.
Oil and gas sector, this is pretty huge. So housing finance have started moving from 45 to 60. So housing finance stocks should also be seen. Housing finance will be here also, right? This is monthly. Yeah, housing finance is here on monthly time frame. On monthly time frame, housing finance is here if you see, right?
Yes.
At the orange level. On weekly time frame, it will be somewhere over here. So it is moving. There's a
Yeah.
movement here, right? So this movement we must see to see stocks that can give us a which can actually move further. And housing finance is a sector wherein the all the stocks tend to move together.
Yes.
Housing finance, hotels, all those hospitals, diagnostics, rice based, sugar, paper. So these are the sectors or industries which tend to move together. Yeah.
One quick query on this particular thing, Punitji. So when we are selecting this month and week, we cannot sort them, right? Ascending, descending order.
Yeah, unfortunately, we cannot sort this pivot table. They don't have
Right.
this feature here.
Right.
Yeah.
Actually, you can export that entire.
Yeah, I just saw your Excel sheet that you have actually shared in the group. You can export it and then you can do that thing. But on this table directly, it's not possible, unfortunately. This table also we cannot sort. We have put monthly advances as the default sorting. So
And no filtering also can be added. Like in the other screens, you have a filter saying that you have a band of RS period 0 to 100. Then I can use that slider to make greater than 60, something like that. Anything can be really done.
for these industries,
Yes.
yeah, we have this for industry sectors also. See, sector relative strength.
Okay.
So these are average RS of the companies in each sector. You can select the highest or whatever number that you want to actually see.
Okay, from here. Okay.
Sir,
Thanks.
can you explain one second, please?
I cannot hear you.
No, you're saying whether you can explain once again whatever we were discussing on the weekly and monthly thing.
Yeah, exactly. Actually, I'm having sore throat, that's why.
Okay. So what I was telling him that we want to like defense is very strong right now, right? And that's why it is appearing in the top left greener pasture, right? We want to see if let's say you are interested in sugar or pipe sector, you would like to see that sugar and pipe sector to come in the green,
Yeah,
right?
exactly. Yeah.
Right. So you would like to see whether it can move from here to here,
Okay.
right? Or whether can fertilizer or agriculture stocks, cement stocks can go from here to here.
Okay.
Right? That will give a good move to the entire sector, right? So we look at the monthly heat map and see which are the sectors here, and then we actually take I like to take a screenshot of this and paste it somewhere. Next to it, I like to paste the heat map of the weekly time frame heat map and see whether those sectors are actually turned green or turning green here. The sector will turn green on the weekly heat map before it turns green on the monthly heat map.
Okay.
Right. So those sectors that are already here, like logistics is getting green. defense, textile, bank PSUs are already here. Housing finance is in the greener part here, but housing finance was not green in the monthly heat map.
Monthly, yeah.
Right? Housing finance is here. So it means that there is movement in housing finance, and there is still scope, because if the sector keeps getting performing better than the other sectors, it will shift over here.
Okay.
Right? So that's the way you can look for sectors and play sectoral rotation.
So before moving into 1 month, we have to check in a 3 month RS rating. So for 3 month RS rating, it is going good strength like that.
So we have the same thing for 3-month RS also.
So why I'm asking, because if you see past 3 or 2 weeks ago, online segment was shown good RS strength past couple of months.
Okay.
Like Yatra, car trade, this kind of stocks. So that's why I'm asking. So if it is showing good strength in some choppy market for the last couple of months, so after that, once market turn to some good strength, again it will start to spike in weekly and monthly time frame.
Yeah, the same thing that I just told you, looking at the movement from monthly to weekly, you can do the same thing for quarterly also, paste 3 heat maps separately together at one place and look for the movement from stocks or sectors that start moving in weekly, not very strong in monthly, and, definitely not strong in quarterly. As far as online sector is concerned, I personally believe that the stocks that are in online sector, um, they might not move together. I mean, I do not expect Yatra to move, or Yatra,
No,
Zomato.
no, I am just annotating that, just for highlighting that. So what
Okay.
happened? Okay.
Right. So yeah, the process is the same. The procedure is same. Look for the movement, how they can move, whether they can move from red or orange to green. Uh, that's how you can do it. So defense was not doing very good until recently, right? So there's still a long way to go for defense. It can give us good return if it turns from here and get green on a 3-month RS heat map. It
Okay.
means there is still a lot of scope for it to go,
Mhm.
for it to move, right? Because in 3 months it has not performed at all, right?
Yeah.
If you see on a weekly and monthly, it has started doing good.
So that is the basic indication for 3 month to stay in a 3 month cycle.
Yes, for a very very strong move, for which can sustain for actually 3-month period.
Okay.
Right? If you believe that defense stocks are the ones that have that capability of giving us a move beyond 2-month, 3-month, 4 months period, then you can definitely use 3-month RS also. But it will always start with monthly to weekly first. First,
Okay.
at first the weekly will turn green.
Mhm.
Simultaneously, it will turn green on the monthly heat maps, and then if it can sustain for that long, the quarterly RS heat map will also turn green.
Okay, fine. That's the ascending order.
Yeah, or I mean, instead of pasting all this, I was saying that you can have these three together here also.
Yeah, fine. That's fine.
So compare all these here.
Punitji, I have one request. Can we put pocket pivot slider in the dashboard? Because sometimes what happens, we can see today's pocket pivot, but we
Mhm.
can't see the pocket pivot of 5 days back or 3 days back. So can we have a slider there?
We don't have a slider because it gets
Can we
difficult.
put the
No, what kind of slider? Like last big pocket pivot. How many days have
uh,
passed since the last pocket pivot?
no. Like if I want to see the 5 days pocket pivots, so that will show me the stocks which I have pocket pivot in last 5 days.
No, we have this for last 21 days. In last 1 month, how many pocket pivots have come? In last 5 days, there can be one or two. It can be two, three also, but the stock would have already given us a good move then. But in last 21 days, when there is slow accumulation by investors, by institutional investors, you can have a look at the stocks that are in the base, and then use this pocket pivot um table to see which stocks have the maximum number of pocket pivot in the last 1 month.
So actually, I was expecting that if we can have a slider that we can check today, then it will be much more better. Like yesterday's or 3 days before, something like that.
How many? I will check if that can be done, right? But I do not commit to it because we have to see how it can be used also.
Sure, sure. In a similar way, the way which we have this days since last IV,
Hmm.
in that way.
Okay.
Punitji?
Hanji, sorry.
Yeah, is there any way we can save this scanner for breakout what we seen?
Yes, I will share it with you. I will share the
Okay.
list. I will share the scan with you.
Punindra, I joined late. Will we getting recording in the group so that I can watch it again?
Yes, we will.
So another thing I noticed in your chart, that is, like you mentioned, 1 week, 1 month, and 3 month RS rating in chart.
Yeah.
How to bring that?
So you have those. Can you see this table here?
Yeah.
RS rating and the numbers are mentioned over here,
Yes.
right? So we do not have the option to see them directly on charts. You have to see them on this table itself.
Okay, we have to type it, mention in the chart.
No. So we cannot. I have actually manually written them on the chart. We do not
Yeah,
get them
okay, that's what
automatically.
I'm asking. Okay.
Yeah. So the link to the dashboard to the scan is here also. But I have told you how to make it also, or you can directly use this link.
Thank you, Punit.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Punit, you said you will show it in TradingView how to set up the
Okay.
things. Yeah.
So right. See, once you have the indicators here, I have pro setups indicator, the volume and the financials on charts. I'm just removing financials on charts. So I have shared this video also on how to do this. If I'm putting financials on charts here, the table will come here, right? But I like to see only the notes. Okay. I'm sorry, this is something. Okay. And then I click on these three dots and I move the indicator to the existing pane above. So it will come here, right? You can drag this panel up and down from here, the way you want to adjust. I'll use the TradingView app. I do not know whether the same thing works on the browser also or not, but you can use Control minus or Control plus to adjust the zoom. If it is too big, you can just simply reduce it with 70 or 60 to 60 or 70%. You can click here and merge all the scales to the right. Is that what you were actually asking?
Yes. Now I got. It was not fitting in my chart, so I was just wondering how.
You can actually adjust the tables from the settings also, from the indicator setting. You want to have a large table or a small table according to your laptop or a screen, you can adjust it. Right?
Punit,
Yes.
it would be really helpful if you can just paste a screenshot of this for us to set it up accordingly.
I have actually made a note for this also and shared it earlier. I will share that same thing
Okay.
again.
Yeah, thanks.
If you go to the dashboard, let me just see if we have it here in the newsletters and concepts. Do we have it here? Yeah, setting up your TradingView window.
Okay, fine.
Yep.
Thank you.
Great.
Use this.
Yeah.
Okay.
Okay, thanks.
So let's conclude our session here. And next weekend we will again meet. Hopefully next weekend we will again meet to discuss the momentum-based scanner.
And from
Thank you.
financial, if you can touch upon on that other things, the financial insight, the first option that you have, That
In the
is
dashboard?
charts and valuation. Yeah, charts and valuation. If you could cover one of the, if it is a full week session, then we can do that. Or
Yeah.
if you want to do it along with momentum also.
No,
it's okay.
this is let's have it in a separate session.
Sure.
Where we cover all the financial insights and maybe this peer comparison again.
Sure. Thank you so much.
Yeah. All right. Okay. Thank you so much again, guys, for joining and giving me your weekend evening. And what time do normally you prefer, in the mornings or in the evenings like this?
See, if I am a Technofunda guy, we have a classing meeting running between 6 to 8:30 on the same time. So I have to step out of that meeting and join here. So I
Okay.
prefer,
Sunday would be
yeah, go
In
with
the
a
morning.
poll. Yeah, like last time, maybe you go with a poll, and depending upon the voting, you can
Okay.
It
decide.
is Saturday, if it can be arranged somewhere between 1 to 5 or something like that.
Okay. So much, guys, again, and hopefully, we will continue with these sessions now.
Yeah, sure, sir.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank
Really
you.
helpful.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you. Bye-bye.
Thank you, sir.